Marcus is here. Marcus, after all the hard work of the pre-season, start of the season's finally here. How are you feeling? You excited?
Yeah, it's always exciting for the first game of the season. It's like a mini cup final in itself. It brings a uniqueness to the Football League season, hence why you never really read too much into first game of the season. There will be a few surprise results, and it's just a build up to an event which we've got to manage and control, and we just so happen to have the league favourites and the team that did very well last year, and very unfortunate to still be in this division.
During pre-season, what have you learned about the players that you've seen and the players that you've signed?
Oh, I'm learning with the group every single session or every time we're together. We're still a long way off to where we'd like us to be, but it does take a while to build a side, and we're only 5 weeks into the work that we've done. And the lads are keen, they want to learn, they like the way that we're looking to try and do things, but it's still work in progress, and we're still learning about each other, and just understanding their understanding of how we're looking to play.
What type of game are you expecting on Saturday? Is it going to be one of those tactical sort of games, or is it going to be a physical, tackle thumping sort of game?
There's a lot of emotion and adrenaline thrown into first games of the season, because people are excited and everyone wants to get off to a good start. You want to get your points on the board. We're certainly under pressure in the first couple of weeks with the fixtures that we've got, and certainly going to be good marker sticks in terms of where we are, and if we do need to improve, I'm sure they'll be highlighted. But first games of the season, it can be anything. It's all about dealing with the scenario. At the end of the day, we're going to be dealing with a side that are very strong. They have a pattern in which they play. They've got some very good players, and we will just we'll go out and do our best to compete with them, and hopefully get them thinking or trying to deal with one or two little surprises we may have.
Going into team news, obviously you don't want to give too much away on the first game of the season, but how much of a different squad are we going to be looking compared to Barwell?
There will be one or two new faces in there, but generally that would be the core of the squad. Team selection quite possibly is as near to it at some part of the game against Barwell. I've got a few decisions to mull over the next 48 hours, and Saturday morning I'll be quite clear in my mind on what I'm going to do, and then we'll go forward.
During pre-season, you've used 3 different goalkeepers. What did you make of their pre-season, and have you got in mind your number one?
Yeah, we're unfortunate. Like I said, we're 10 days behind where I would like to be in how we usually do a pre-season, whilst losing the game against Daventry hasn't helped. Scott's now going to go get games at Rugby Town. It was quite clear he needed games for his development and his know-how, because he's got the attributes. He just needs the game management, and then it's left with Enol and Jamie, and they haven't let themselves down at all. And yeah, that's one of the decisions I've got to make, and be clear about it going into Saturday, because as of now I haven't made that decision.
Finally, on a personal note, it's going to be your first opening game of the season as a Kettering Town manager. How are you and your coaches looking forward to the new season? And obviously,
oh yeah, I mean, Scott, we brought him to the club because he's a bubbly character. He's feisty at the same time, and we're trying to hold him in at the moment. He's ready to explode. John, who only comes in on training sessions and get to the games he can, is just a wealth of experience and guidance that has helped encourage and sort of control in the calm manner he approaches to everything. Whilst me and Paul, we're quite methodical, and we're deep thinkers, and we're ready. I think we've got the infrastructure to what I want to do. It's now getting the players in the right place. And I'm excited to what we can we bring for Kettering, and it's going to be a big game. I believe we're going to be bringing around 150, which is fantastic, because it is a 3-4 hour journey, and to take that down for an opening game of the season is excellent. But that just shows you the strength of the club, and why the club should be in a lot better position league-wise and status than it is now. And that's not being detrimental to where we are now. It's just part of the journey on the resurgence and the redevelopment that Richard has been able to bring to the club with a fabulous amount of supporting staff.
Well, Marcus, good luck on Saturday. Hopefully at 5 o'clock we'll be having a happy interview. But all the best of luck on Saturday.
Good man, thank you.
Thank you.
See you down there.
Ta.
Good man.